My husband, worried I might be lonely, gifted me a little female cat. I turned around and found 50 feral toms to breed her with, making her birth litter after litter until she was utterly spent. It was all because I had been reborn. In my past life, I adored this little cat so much I could hardly put her down. I wanted to eat and sleep right beside her. In just one short month, I aged rapidly into an 80-year-old woman, and the child in my womb withered and died along with me. No medicine could save me, and I simply died of old age. After death, my soul lingered. I saw that the sickly, frail mistress in our household had somehow become radiant and glowing and pregnant on top of it all. I overheard her chatting in bed with my husband. Thank goodness I bound myself to the life drain system. I separated my soul, possessed the little cat, and sucked away Leah's life force. That's the only reason I survived. She should count it as a blessing that you could drain her at all. It's better that she's dead. This way, the position of first wife is yours. I was reborn into a new life, and I smiled. Selling off a mistress would get me accused of treating human life carelessly, but she was merely a cat now, and surely it was perfectly reasonable to breed her for 8 or 10 litters and produce 100-some kittens. Go find me 50 feral toms in heat, and don't let anyone catch on. I gripped the hand of my personal maid, Ember Smeeth, and gave her my orders. The cat had just been brought to my chambers. The other maids were fawning over it like it was the most precious thing they had ever seen, crowding around and cooing. Ms. Linton is truly so kind-hearted. She's practically on her deathbed with her illness, and yet she still thinks of you, my lady. She even asked Mr. Hughes to find you a cat. Exactly. If Ms. Linton hadn't suggested it, would Mr. Hughes have even thought of you? The cat climbed right onto my pregnant belly, then deliberately pressed down hard with its paws a few times. A cold, vicious glint flashed in the corners of its eyes. A chill ran through me instantly. In my past life, Jocelyn Linton had bound herself to the life drain system and possessed this very cat. She had clung to my side day and night, draining my lifespan dry and killing my unborn child. Everyone around me gushed over how adorable the little cat was, but I flung it away from me as if I had been shocked. In my previous life, this cat was sent into my chambers, and I poured my heart into caring for it. I ate and slept right beside it. Yet the very next morning, I woke up to find several strands of white hair on my head. By the 3rd day, my skin began to sag. By the 4th, my eyes started to cloud over. By the 20th day, my body had aged so severely that it could no longer sustain the child inside me. The baby in my womb became a corpse. The miscarriage alone nearly killed me. Before the month was out, I had withered into an old woman and died in my sick bed. At the time, I thought I had caught some strange disease. I searched the land for the finest physicians, but none of them could find an answer. It was only later that I learned the truth. It was Jocelyn's life drain system all along. My lady, this is Miss Linton's kind gesture. Why don't you give the little cat a name? The maids urged me on. A sly gleam flickered in their eyes. They still took me for the same naive fool from my past life, the clueless wife who did not know what jealousy was. I simply curved my lips into a smile, leaned back against the chaise, and spoke lazily. It's just a cat, a worthless little life. Since Jocelyn sent it, it will take her name. From now on, she'll be called Josie the Wretched Cat. The moment those words left my mouth, the cat I had tossed to the floor puffed up its fur. A vicious hiss rose from its throat, claws out, lunging toward me with pure hatred in its eyes. Jocelyn is practically dying, and you give the cat a name like that to humiliate her? Leah Gilbert, you've gone too far. A tall figure strode into the room. Edmund Hughes furrowed his brow slightly and pulled Josie protectively behind him. The maids put on a show of outrage as well. My lady, Miss Linton thought of you even from her sickbed and went out of her way to find this cat to keep you company. And this is the thanks she gets. Ms. Linton is nothing but gentle and kind. Yet some people are so jealous they can't even tolerate a cat. If I were my lady, I'd worry about the karma. I looked up at all these people in this household.